Why does loving ourselves more sometimes make us weaker? In 2015, an article published in The Current revealed a shocking truth. Contrary to popular belief, unconditional self-love doesn't always make us stronger. According to this study, 79% of individuals who tried to love themselves without clear guidelines ended up feeling self-destructive and empty after just 6 months. This finding reminds us that self-love is only effective when it's deep and genuine, not just a superficial display. As Nietzsche famously said, "He who pampers himself too much will eventually become ill from it." The truth is, giving ourselves positive affirmations is a skill, and like any other skill, it requires practice and awareness. Simply saying, "You're good enough," or "You're worthy," isn't enough. Without solid foundations, these phrases sound more like mimicking love rather than truly embodying it. So, what should we do? To achieve true self-love, we need to embark on an inner journey. A journey that leads us to deeper self-awareness and helps us not only love ourselves, but also achieve real accomplishments in a world full of hollow promises. In this journey, we will answer key questions. 1. What are the 5 essential principles of self-love? 2. How can we maintain our self-esteem in challenging situations? 3. How can we enjoy the journey of life while still achieving our goals? 4. What are the differences between self-esteem and self-love? Inspiration for this video includes The Art of Happiness by Epicurus, Carl Jung's Theories on the Unconscious Mind, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, a TEDx talk by Jean Oliver. Stay with us until the end of this video to uncover real, practical answers on how to love yourself and maintain your self-esteem. Hello, and welcome to our new video. Today, we're going to learn the true art of self-love in a way that's practical, scientific, and deep, once and for all. It's time to move away from those ready-made cliché versions and embrace a truly impactful approach. So, stay with us until the end. The 5 principles of self-love. To achieve a deeper understanding of true self-love, we must recognize and implement these 5 golden principles. Let's break down each one in detail. 1. Self-awareness. The first and most important step is to deeply understand ourselves. As Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But what does self-awareness mean? It means being able to recognize our strengths and weaknesses, our needs, desires, and even our fears. Carl Jung mentions in his book The Unconscious that understanding the shadow of our personality is the key to self-awareness. This is the part of us that's hidden in the shadows of the unconscious, and sometimes reveals itself when we least expect it. The important thing is that, at this stage, we should not react to our discoveries, but instead accept them without judgment. 2. Self-acceptance. Now that we know ourselves, we must learn to accept who we are. Acceptance doesn't mean we stop trying to improve ourselves. It simply means we stop fighting who we are. Jung says, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Self-acceptance means acknowledging that no one is perfect, and that's okay. This step is foundational in building a better version of ourselves. 3. Self-care. Self-love is not just a feeling, it's an action. Self-care means taking the time to do things that nurture both our mind and body. Self-care can start with small things, such as eating a little less, quitting smoking, distance yourself from toxic people, learning to say no when necessary. Brené Brown emphasizes in The Gifts of Imperfection that self-care means setting boundaries for both ourselves and others. 4. Boundaries. Boundaries help us show respect for others while protecting ourselves. If you're always available to others and neglect your own needs, you'll slowly begin to feel that you're only valuable when helping others. This mindset distances you from yourself and raises others' expectations. As they say, excessive kindness can make others think you are weak. 5. Self-forgiveness. The most difficult, but the most profound stage is forgiving ourselves. Many of us carry feelings of shame and guilt due to past mistakes or the judgments of others. Sometimes, even our parents, with the best of intentions, unintentionally instill negative feelings in us. For example, "If you do that, I won't love you anymore." These words may seem simple, but to a child, they threaten their sense of love and security, turning into negative beliefs in the unconscious. Forgiveness means letting go of these grudges and negative emotions. As Confucius said, resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. In this video, you'll learn how to apply these 5 principles to your life. These principles will help you not only love yourself, but also experience self-esteem, personal growth, and inner peace. To reach the stage we desire, we must first understand and forgive our shame and negative emotions. After this stage, we enter the main part, which is the true starting point, and that is nothing other than self-love. Let me share an important and somewhat frightening point with you. The statistics on this map relate to individuals who ended their lives in 2024. You might know what I mean because I cannot directly use that word, as YouTube is sensitive. Surprisingly, the highest statistics come from countries with higher levels of welfare and social justice. Strange, isn't it? If we look at the statistics from World War I and II, we see that fewer people took such actions during that time. This can be interpreted in this way. As long as people have motivation to strive and fight, and life has meaning for them, they are more likely to move forward. In 2024, the highest statistics were from Finland. In this country, people have reached comfort and peace, but over time, they begin to feel exhausted and lack motivation. Even if life is in complete comfort, after a while, daily life without purpose can drain a person's spirit. This issue is more commonly seen in high welfare countries that have almost reached all their desires. We're not saying that less prosperous countries are wrong, but we are simply pointing out this fact, that these global statistics actually support Viktor Frankl's theory in his book Man's Search for Meaning. He argues that the more meaning and purpose a person has in life, the greater their motivation and effort. This is where Nietzsche said, "True happiness is not in self-pampering, but in striving, fighting, and achieving goals." The human desire to create and achieve power is what is referred to as will to power. With this interpretation, let's address the second question. How can we maintain our self-esteem in the face of difficult circumstances? Epictetus and Epicurus, 2 great philosophers in history, point out that many circumstances are beyond our control, and trying to control them is futile. For example, one person who had just started their restaurant business and had accumulated heavy debts during the pandemic had hoped that the restaurant would succeed. But when COVID-19 hit, all their plans fell apart. They had no control over the pandemic, but they found a new path by transitioning their business online and managed to grow. This decision was exactly what they could do. So when circumstances get tough, we need to see where we have control and where we do not. Life is not meant to always be kind. Get out of the mindset that the end of every story must be happy. Some of life's wounds are truly inevitable, but what matters is knowing how to care for them so they don't get infected again. This is the true art of self-love, which unfortunately is less emphasized today. Many people try to say that everything is rosy, but self-love can only be achieved through hardship and effort. You cannot simply sit down, take a deep breath, and say everything is fine. You must endure the struggles and learn from them. Answer to question 3. How can we enjoy the journey while staying motivated to reach our goals? To enjoy the journey and stay motivated to reach our goals, we must recognize that we are never meant to be perfect. The great German philosopher Martin Heidegger said that humans are incomplete beings, and this incompleteness always intersects with our goals. A goal and desire imply reaching something, but life means always being in motion, like a rushing river that sometimes has more power than we do. Lao Tzu also points out that our desires are like a lantern in the distance. You can see it and imagine it, but if you keep your eyes fixed on the lantern, you won't see the holes in the ground beneath you. To move forward on the path of progress, we must follow these solutions. A. See the lantern but don't get lost in it. B. Be happy with the small progress we make. C. Constantly remind ourselves that what we're doing right now, even if it seems meaningless at first, is part of the journey. D. Find the real joy in the effort itself. The strongest and greatest goal of a person is the act of trying itself. Someone who loves walking will go farther than someone who is only in love with the destination. Answer to question 4. What is the difference between self-esteem and self-love? To answer this question, let's hear from Jen Oliver, who discussed this topic in one of her popular TED videos. She shares that she had a heart condition since childhood and, through various challenges, was forced to develop resilience. She says we have around 70,000 thoughts a day, 98% of which are repetitive, and about 80% of those are negative. These thoughts attack our minds like rumination. In fact, self-esteem is one of the subcategories of self-love, and it involves other aspects such as the 5 key principles and a will directed toward power. Self-esteem is a necessary condition for growth, but it is never enough on its own. To reach the ultimate goal, we need to have all these principles together. The table you see summarizes our discussion, pointing out the subcategories of self-love. Thank you so much for staying with us until now. I hope this content has been helpful and inspiring for you. Always remember that every day is a new opportunity for growth and progress. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share your thoughts with us, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We look forward to seeing you again. Until the next video, stay happy and successful.